What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada?
Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/Westwood1 and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
Summer isn't just a season, it's a feeling. The warm sand nestled between your toes. Wading in a crystal blue Caribbean sea. And of course, driving off in a new Lexus during the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Get offers on select luxury models now through September 2nd. Because the greatest measure of an automobile is how it makes you feel. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Tonight on 104.5 The Zone, Nashville 1, Toronto FC 0. The final tonight from Geodis Park. What else happened around the league? Well, we can tell you exactly that. Beginning on the East Coast, where the first window of games tonight started with a 3-2 Charlotte win at Atlanta. That takes Charlotte up to 8th place in the MLS Eastern Conference. Chicago beats Montreal 2-0 tonight. Chicago stays in 10th on 32 points, 1 point below the playoff line. The Columbus Crew keep pace with Nashville in the top 4 of the MLS standings. Daniel Gazdag and Lassi Lappalainen both with goals against 10-man DC United, who got a red card in the second half. It finished 2-1 Crew at home. Orlando City picks up 3 more points with a 2-1 victory at New England Revolution. That takes Orlando up to 6th in the Eastern Conference table on 38 points. It was a goal fest in Harrison, New Jersey for the second straight match as Inter Miami beats New York Red Bulls 5-1. A brace from Lionel Messi. Goals in the 60th and 75th minutes take him joint top of the MLS Golden Boot standings alongside Nashville's Sam Surridge. It also takes Miami to 5th place on 41 points at 12 wins, 4 losses, and 5 draws. Dallas beats St. Louis City 3-0 tonight. Also in the Western Conference, Houston Dynamo helps out Nashville. Jack McGlynn, the man of the match, but Houston wins 1-1. Yes, I said wins 1-1. That is a huge result for the Dynamo, who have struggled this season, down in 11th place with 27 points in the West. Philadelphia with a goal from Alejandro Bedoya, as well as a red card in the second half of that match to Frankie Westfield for violent conduct in the 9th minute of second half stoppage time. The 1-1 draw puts Philadelphia on 47 points, level with Nashville in second, with Nashville SC on the second tiebreaker. Actually, third tiebreaker, because these two teams have identical 14-5-5 records. Puts Nashville on goals scored, 42-40, up to first in the MLS Supporter Shield table. Seattle beats San Jose 3-2 tonight. Sporting Kansas City draws New York City FC at home 1-1. And Eddie Carvacho, as we speak, FC Cincinnati has scored in Salt Lake. Luca Orejano in the 88th minute has taken Cincinnati back to top of the MLS Supporter Shield standings. Cincinnati now in the live table, 15-6-3 on 48 points. One ahead of Nashville and Philly. Another twist to this story. It happens in real time, doesn't it? Cincinnati in stoppage time now leading Salt Lake 1-0. Western Conference games, the only ones left in progress. LAFC and El Trafico leads LA Galaxy 2-1. Portland and Minnesota are scoreless in the 45th minute. And Vancouver at the end of the first half leads San Diego on the road. An own goal for San Diego FC, 1-0. The Whitecaps in a battle of first and second in the MLS Western Conference on top of San Diego, who is Nashville's next opponent in the MLS season coming up on Friday. Eddie, it's going to be quite the Supporter Shield race down to the final stretch, isn't it?
It is, and this is expected at this time of the year. You know, it's almost it's a. We always talked about at the beginning of the season. There's a marathon. Mm-hmm. Well, we're coming down to mile marker
16.
16. Yeah,
10 to go.
10 to go. So,
or, excuse me, 24.
24. Yeah,
24.
I have never run a marathon, so I have no idea how many miles.
As far as the marathon goes, you got 10 miles to go. As far as the 34-match marathon goes, you got 10 to go. So kind of 16, kind of 24. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, so it certainly is very competitive, and Nashville now is in that top as we spoke last week, even against Columbus, the importance of these games when you're playing against teams that they're all going to be fighting for that 1, 2, 3, 4, hopefully maybe get the first round bye. All of those things play a huge role, and it's right now is the scores and the points that you can get in the next 5 to 6 weeks against contenders.
That's absolutely right. It is shaping up to be quite the race all the way to the end. As always, we keep you updated around MLS, presented by Geodis, a leading global logistics provider powering the supply chains of some of the world's most well-known and beloved brands. With the Americas headquarters in Brentwood, Geodis has local roots dating back more than 70 years. They are friends, colleagues, neighbors, and like you, passionate supporters of Nashville SC. Visit geodis.com to learn more. Dip, dunk, and drizzle Zaxby's famous fingers and sauces, from classics like a chicken finger plate or boneless wings meal to unique offerings like loaded fries or salads. Zaxby's has you covered. Who's got the sauce? Zaxby's. So the top of the MLS Supporter Shield standings look like this. FC Cincinnati now, at the moment, goes up to the top spot on 48 points by way of that late goal by Luca Oriano against Real Salt Lake. Puts Nashville and Philadelphia second and third on 47 points. Columbus fourth with 44 points. San Diego in a losing position at the moment on 42 points. And Vancouver and Miami right behind them, each on 41. Friday night, Eddie, is a Supporter Shield 6-pointer. Nashville and San Diego. The logistics are going to be interesting, because Nashville has 3 All-Stars that will play Wednesday in Austin against the Liga MX All-Stars. They are set to fly out to the Lone Star State tomorrow. They will get to San Diego on Thursday. Then Nashville's going to play on Friday. Very quick turnaround. We'll get back to that in a moment, because downstairs, BJ Callahan is meeting with the media.
The game was a difficult match for both teams. I thought Toronto, as we knew coming in, was going to be confident, competitive, good mentality, was pressing hard and made it difficult on us. But tonight's victory goes literally all to all the players. I mean, where the heat that we've had the last 5 games, Saturday, Wednesday, traveling to Miami, everybody in this building or in our team is physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted, and they were able to just rise up and grind out a really difficult win. So the guys in that locker room, the whole team, have all the tremendous respect and credit goes to those guys tonight.
Hey VJ, this is your 11th home game being unbeaten here at Geodis Park. You've helped. I think there's like a reciprocal thing where between fans and players, where you help build this sort of environment. But what do you think this means for you and your players, that the fans show up and are able to be behind you, and they're getting louder and louder with every game, it seems like?
Yeah, I mean, the support is great, but I think we've been very intentional from the day that we started about almost a year ago here, was to make this team uniquely Nashville, to make this team representative of the city. So I agree. I hope it is reciprocal. I hope they're showing up because, they want to see a team that wins, but it's a team that they can identify with. It's a team that embodies the mentality of the city, and that's what we and that's what we want to do. We talk about that all the time, and so for us, they give us great support, and it's the least that we can do to repay it.
And then, just quickly on the defensive performance tonight, and I don't mean just the defenders, but just overall, what does it say that your team is able to get these clean sheets, 2 in a row now at least at home? What does it say about not only being able to do the attacking piece and that part, but also being able to defend as a group and as a unit?
Yeah, it starts with our mentality that everyone attacks, everyone defends, right? And then so you can start with, if everybody defends, Joe Willis, another shutout for him, and then you just work your way up. And you've got Hani and Sam leading a line, pressing everywhere. You've got Alex, just covering. I think probably covered the most distance tonight. So Gaston, you can put anybody in the midfield, and they're pressing. What we're most proud of is we're able to do it in different ways. So in Columbus, we had to sit back for periods of time, and we were able to defend in LeBlanc. Tonight, we were almost defending the whole attacking half. And so credit to the center backs that are covering all the space behind. So, yeah, again, these guys have put in such tremendous amount of work over the course of the season and over the course of the last, whatever it is, 5-6 games. So I just think it's they're really bought in to be a true complete team.
Ahmed Qasim had the turnover, forcing that loose ball that led to the goal tonight. I guess you've had a lot of rotation there at that wing spot with Ahmed, Schaffelberg, Johnny Perez, and I'm sure you're hoping to get Tyler Boyd back soon in the next however long. I guess what does Ahmed need to keep doing in order to keep getting chances and continue to have opportunities in that pretty crowded group?
Yeah, I thought Ahmed tonight. We've seen him come off the bench in some really good appearances, and I thought the other night he came off really good. Obviously starts tonight, and I thought he was dangerous. It's a difficult matchup when you're getting kind of man marked all over, and I thought he was dangerous in the pocket. Especially in the second half, he was turning inside the pocket, and then was able to threaten behind. He just has to keep doing what he's doing. We've got great competition and great depth at all positions.
And I guess what did the 45-minute rain delay do, if anything, to affect just the lead up or your preparation for the match?
Yeah, I think it was short enough that it didn't really have a massive impact. It was basically just kind of we were delayed while we were warming up, and then we would have just warmed up. So it didn't have a massive impact. I think it was probably right at the cusp of, if it had to go a little bit longer, we'd have to probably put some, sort of preparation strategies together. But it was nothing. The guys had the music going, and they were fine.
BJ, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Zimmerman and Palacios started the game yet until tonight, right? I believe.
I believe you're correct.
Well, I mean, I know you trust all these three guys playing there in the back, but what's the difference when you see Palacios and Zimmerman like you did tonight for your team?
Yeah, I think tonight you can see there's an aerial presence, and Jason's ability to cover the space behind is great. And then I think between the two of them, they controlled build-up. They were sort of given the ball for long periods of time, but I thought they were able to effectively move us side to side.
And
that is Nashville manager B.J. Callahan meeting downstairs with members of the media, and good comments as well on the first-time partnership at center half, Jason Palacios and Walker Zimmerman. A ninth clean sheet for Joe Willis tonight, second most in Major League Soccer this season. With the help of his center halves in front of him, what did you think about the matchup and the pairing of Palacios and Zimmerman together?
Yeah, I think going in, it was one of those things that we were going to pay attention to see if we can find anything, a disconnection or so forth. Not at all. I thought, both were solid. They communicated really well. They covered for each other very well. They were very good at reacting. As BJ, a couple times, they got caught a little bit of that ball over the top, but they did a good job of helping each other. Certainly that penalty kick call that it was, was brought back by VAR. Again, a ball that, that really Zimmerman needed to do that, but Palacios was right there. So that shows that good connection. And it talks well because now you have a very strong, as B.J. Callahan said a couple of weeks ago, you have an A1 or 1A, 1B, and 1C in terms of your three center backs. Any of them have given you plenty of confidence as they continue to move here in the next 10 games.
Yeah, a lot of focus on Nashville scoring more goals this season, but the Boys in Gold still have the second best defense in MLS's Eastern Conference, with just 25 goals allowed, with 2 straight shutouts here at Geodis Park. 3 straight if you go back to the Philadelphia win before Nashville went down to Miami. It is a Nashville back line brimming with confidence as we move forward into Match Day 27 this upcoming Friday in San Diego. When we come back, we will wrap up the C Spire postgame show. We'll take a look at what San Diego is doing as they are at halftime in a first versus second matchup in the MLS Western Conference. Plus, you'll hear the highlights of how it all sounded tonight here on 104.5 The Zone. More C Spire postgame show coming up next. Nashville 1, Toronto 0. And you're listening on your home for the Boys in Gold, 104.5 The Zone.
3HL. We really suck. I understand that. They don't suck. Yeah, they do. No, they don't. Yes, they do for what the expectation of the ball was set.
Okay, that's true. But in terms of, like, suckage.
Yeah, just all around. Like, we're not going back down in the hole to
I
climb back up.
understand, but they don't suck. That's not the word.
Yes, we suck.
I think your definition of suck is different than his definition of suck.
Suck is a strong word.
Because they suck.
3HL with Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. Monday afternoon from 3 to 7 on 104.5 The Zone.
Preparing to sell your home can be costly and time-consuming. Skip the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Call 855-299-SOLD or go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Men over 40 struggling with low energy, not feeling yourself? Low T Center's testosterone replacement therapy is the solution. Get started today. Visit one of their conveniently located clinics, meet a medical provider, and get back to feeling your best. This April only, the consultation is free. Treatment is tailor-made just for you and is covered by most major insurance. Get treated at their centers or from home. Why wait? Book your appointment now at lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com.
You know why insurance companies use all those cute and funny characters? To distract you from realizing you're only getting one option. But not with Xander Insurance. Xander is a broker that works for you, shopping dozens of top-rated companies to find you the best rates this year and every year so your price stays competitive, keeping your life simple and hassle-free. Compare rates all in one place at Xander.com, or for a more personal touch, call 800-356-1780. With no characters needed.
My herniated disc was excruciating. I had a pain level of a 9 to 10 every day. I had 2 back surgeries in the past 4 years that brought my pain level down to a 5 or 6. I saw a news story on the Kellum Stem Cell Institute. I had my stem cell procedure, and within a week, my pain started disappearing. I now have 0 pain.
Call to set up a consultation, 615-850-4415 or KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
For over 50 years, Brentwood Jewelry has been proudly serving the Brentwood community with exceptional style and exceptional deals every day. As a family-owned and operated business spanning 3 generations, they are deeply rooted in this community. From Salem's service and special forces to his sons serving as local firefighters, the Amalie family is dedicated to giving back. In a time that is imperative to support local, shop Brentwood Jewelry in the heart of Brentwood at 7012 Church Street East, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for over 50 years. Preparing to sell your home can be costly and time-consuming. Skip the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. What's happening this big slate? Say goodbye to the stress that comes with showings, open houses, and costly home repairs. My friends at Mark Spain Real Estate will sell your home fast and for maximum value. If you're thinking about selling your home, you can receive an all-cash guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Listen to what their client Tyra had to say. Thanks to Mark Spain Real Estate, our home had several cash offers within 24 hours of it being on the market, and we closed in less than a month. With their guidance, the transaction was more seamless than we had ever hoped. Selling your home is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make, so who you work with matters. With over 12,500 5-star reviews, trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home for top dollar. Call 855-299-SOLD or go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Post-game show with highlights of the way this one sounded tonight on 104.5 The Zone. It finishes Nashville SC 1, Toronto FC 0 on a summer Saturday night in the Music City. The boys in gold were briefly top of the table and now sit second, 1 point back of league-leading FC Cincinnati. Here's how it sounded tonight on 104.5 The Zone, a game that was delayed 45 minutes at the start due to a torrential downpour with lightning in the Geodis Park area at an 8:15 kick on Star Wars night. A great crowd of 28,000 plus. That's right. Thank you, Darth Vader. Saw an excellent one. It started, well, a little bit slowly. Both of these two teams, maybe it was the delay, maybe it was the double match week, didn't have a ton of big chances until Hani Mukhtar had a long-range shot, and the rebound was picked up and sent in by Sam Surridge. Now, in fact, advantage play to Nashville on a handball. Here's Hani Mukhtar, left-footed shot from distance. Saved, but the rebound is sent in. Look what I found. Surridge for the 18th time this season, unassisted in the 28th minute this evening, giving Nashville SC a 1-0 lead. It's only fair that when a team from Canada is in town, you're just trying to get pucks on the net. Well, that's what Nashville did. They got a puck on the net, and it was sent home like a screened slap shot for the blue line that is knocked into the net by a winger sitting right there in the blue paint. Nashville 1, Toronto 0. That would be the halftime scoreline. Nashville 9-0-2 this season coming into the night when Sam Surridge scores. Well, that trend would continue in a positive way this evening, but not without lots of second-half drama. 15 minutes into the second half, Toronto thought it had a penalty. Now Toronto in transition. DeAndre Kerr with a step on Zimmerman. Zimmerman slides in, goes to ground. Free kick, Toronto. No, it's a penalty. It's a penalty kick for Toronto FC. It is not a penalty. Outside the area, Zimmerman just ever so slightly fouled the Syracuse striker about 18 and a half foot away from goal. So that was after about a 2-minute video assistant referee review. The VAR, Ismail Elfath, recommended Sergei Boyko, the referee, go to the on-field monitor to take a look. He did. It takes away the penalty kick. Toronto would continue knocking on the door. Hani Mukhtar denied from close range by Sean Johnson in the 79th minute. Till Bunbury with a shot that was narrowly wide of net in the 87th. And then very, very late into stoppage time, the captain and substitute Jonathan Osorio with one final chance. Nodded forward by Long. One touch by Kerr. Here's Jonathan Osorio at the edge of the 18. Tackle made by Palacios. Taken away by the Colombian center half. Here's Lovitz ahead. And Lovitz would clear his lines. Nashville getting up the pitch, playing keep away at the near side corner flag. That would be it. 90 minutes completed. Final whistle blows. 3 more points to the boys in gold. Second in the East and second in the MLS Supporter Shield standings on 47 points. Eddie Carvacho, before BJ Callahan interrupted us downstairs, we were talking about Friday night's match against San Diego. Nashville with 3 All-Stars going to Austin to play Wednesday. They will then rejoin the team Thursday, and then Nashville will play Friday night. San Diego also has 3 All-Stars, but a big challenge awaits at Snapdragon Stadium against the newest expansion club in MLS, who's top of the Western Conference next week.
Yeah, another very tough challenge, right? Another test for this team. I think B.J.